Why does it say that older people shouldn't go see their friends and family? Why it's important for you to have this information? Do you ever wonder why we want to be alone more and hang out less as we get older? We will talk about what caused this change in social behavior and what it means for how our wants and needs are changing in today's video. Knowing about these changes can help you keep important relationships and deal with changing social expectations as you get older. Read on to find out how settling into a routine of being alone can improve your quality of life and harmony, as well as some tips on how to handle social situations with style as you get older. Before we begin, there's something special I want to give you near the end of this video. A quiet little tip that's made a big difference in my own life. I hope you'll stay with me all the way through. Please take a moment to like, subscribe, and press the notification bell so you don't miss any of our future moments together. And if you're watching right now, say hello by commenting, "Still growing, still glowing." It's always heartwarming to see who's with us. When we were younger, it was always fun to have our friends over for dinner and talk. Many times we felt uncomfortable in restaurants because of how stiff the mood was. But we did it at home. When friends got together at home, they didn't have to worry about what other people thought, and they had plenty of time to talk. Over time, our friendship grew stronger as we went to each other's homes on alternate weeks. We valued the honesty we had with each other, and at that time, we thought that sincerity was the best thing about friendship. However, social rules have changed over time. The value of being real has gone down because of the rise of a culture that values being fake and shallow. People often question the values of friendship and honesty that we use to hold dear. As a result, the world is becoming a less trustworthy place. Those who approach red become red, and those who approach ink become black, says a proverb, which fits this change very well. This shows how our surroundings can affect how we feel and what we think. It's not a surprise that our ideas about friendship have changed over time. People are less likely to stop by our houses, and when they do, we don't expect as much from the relationships we build with them. The surface of politeness and pretense is getting thicker in our relationships, making it seem like they are less real. Let's take a look at Mr. Lee, who is 50 years old now. He has grown to enjoy his own company more over the years. A simple routine guides his days. He works out when he needs to and stays home when he wants to. A lot of the time, he hangs out with his friends at a restaurant instead of at home. His friends and family are interested in his recent change in behavior because they don't understand why he seems so uninterested. In his argument, Mr. Lee says that as people get older, their lifestyles should change too. His view on how to interact with others has changed naturally over time, as his life and worldview have changed. Things that were important to you when you were younger don't offer you as much value or pleasure now. He likes a calm and simple daily life and enjoys doing things by himself, like drinking tea, taking care of his garden, or fishing. He also treasures the time he spends with his family, enjoying the warmth and happiness that comes from being with his family. He has slowly pulled away from social activities over time, and his friendships aren't as close or as frequent as they were when he was younger. He has learned that people who seem to come and go a lot aren't always true friends. Instead of pretending to be nice, he finds it more satisfying to enjoy being alone and free. This way of living is common among older people, who tend to find their rhythm and routines as they get older. Many people are less likely to go to other people's homes. They might think that going to see other people can be difficult and inconvenient because things might not be as flexible or easygoing in someone else's home. The chance of trouble or inconvenience can make visits less appealing. As a result, many older people choose to cut down on the number of times they go to other people's homes. This choice is made for several reasons. First, going to see someone can be seen as an intrusion by some. Every family is different, and often in old age, people feel like they can't fully represent their own family. If a friend invites you out of courtesy or to keep up appearances, it doesn't mean that their family will be just as happy to have you. They might see the visit as an interruption. For example, Uncle Ma, who lives next door, has often said that I'm not always thoughtful or reflective. I ran into a high school classmate in our community one day and found out that we both lived in the same neighborhood. Since I'm in my 60s, it made sense that seeing an old friend again would be fun. A classmate asked Uncle Ma and me to come over for a simple meal and drinks. Comment number 1 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me and that you find these lessons helpful. Uncle Ma really enjoys drinking, but doesn't have many regular drinking partners, so he was very happy to be able to see his old classmate. He was very excited about these visits and always brought some food to share on the weekends. But when he got there, his classmate's wife looked clearly uncomfortable. In spite of this, Uncle Ma didn't pay attention to the strange looks and kept drinking and speaking with his friend. The following weeks, Uncle Ma made it a point to visit his friend every 2 days and always bring something to eat or drink. Eventually, one of his classmates spoke up during one of these visits to say that they were worried about how often the groups were getting together. He said, "My wife and kids worry a lot every time you come over to drink on the weekend. They think that their daily lives are being messed up." Uncle Ma was taken aback by this, as he had accepted the invitation without question, believing he was truly welcome. He didn't know that his regular visits could be making her feel bad. One of the worst things about getting older is not being able to do things or talk to other people. Having someone to talk to can therefore be a big source of happiness and activity. Many older people find comfort in visiting friends or neighbors often. It helps them pass the time and makes their daily lives more interesting. Yet, even though these social interactions can be enjoyable, they can also be harmful. When people visit a lot, it could cause problems or arguments that were not meant to happen, like misunderstandings or rude comments. Regularly hanging out with other people can make your life better, but it's important to find the right balance between keeping meaningful connections and respecting their space. Miss Wong, who lives upstairs, has decided that she would rather be alone at home watching dramas than go to see other people. She doesn't like going to see other people because she had problems with her daughter-in-law in the past. Because of these visits, her son once gave her a terrible scolding. Even though she is excited about her retirement and enjoys square dancing with other women in the community, Miss Wong is wary of people because of what happened to her. This is what Miss Wong and her friends do when it's too rainy to go dancing. They visit each other's homes to talk and eat. When they went to Mr. Lee's house once, they talked about their relationships with his daughters-in-law. Miss Wong made what seemed like a casual comment about her daughter-in-law's lack of initiative around the house. She also said that marrying an only child could be challenging sometimes because the person is spoiled. The only reason Miss Wong meant for her comment to reach her daughter-in-law was to have a lighthearted conversation. The error caused a misunderstanding, which made it seem like Miss Wong wasn't happy with her daughter-in-law. Things got uncomfortable very quickly. When Miss Wong tried to explain herself, her daughter-in-law responded with a cold tone, and her son told her she was spreading rumors. This event made Miss Wong even more sure that visiting other people can be troublesome. She came to the conclusion that it's best to focus on dancing, have short conversations, and stay away from people who are too close. She thought that limiting the amount of talking helped avoid misunderstandings and kept the peace in her social interactions. Third, changes in the economy can make people's mental health worse. Families can have very different financial situations, even if they live in the same community. Families from different economic backgrounds often visit each other, revealing their differences. The wealthier family may unintentionally show signs of superiority, which can make the less wealthy family feel uncomfortable and create a psychological divide. This difference can make people feel inadequate or envious, And even older people may compare their lives to those of others without realizing it. These kinds of comparisons can make it harder to enjoy social interactions and put extra stress on your mind. When families from very different economic backgrounds visit each other often, it can make feelings of comparison and jealousy worse. Such feelings can turn what should be fun social interactions into emotional burdens. Most of the time, it's better to live your own life without being visited or invited all the time. Choosing to live a quiet, independent life can help you avoid these problems and be happier. Observations made during holiday times can show how this change in social behavior shows up. People used to visit each other to wish each other a happy new year. But these days, many people would rather stay home, rest, and look at their phones. This change isn't necessarily a loss of interest in traditional celebrations. Instead, it's a sign of how tired modern life is and how few real emotional connections there are. Going out with friends and family may not seem like a good idea when life is busy and stressful. The pace of life will continue to speed up unless it slows down and people's hearts return to a state of peace. Such an outcome will make living alone more appealing and desirable. Comment number 2 below to let me know you're still watching this video with me and that you find these lessons helpful. Many people, especially younger people, don't like being alone because they think it means they are lonely and feel bad about not having many friends. People often see it as a sign of social failure when, in reality, it's a huge chance to learn more about themselves and grow. It's only after a while that we understand how important it is to take care of ourselves while life is hard. This realization can free you and give you power. When things get harder and more complicated in life, the love and warmth for family often shine through more. This deeper appreciation for people you care about can make you feel fulfilled and at peace with yourself. It becomes less important to not care about acquaintances or the outside world. Instead, the authenticity and depth of relationships with family members become very important. It's normal to stay in touch with a small group of friends and family as you get older, but going to other people's homes all the time can cause stress and problems that aren't necessary. Visiting can sometimes feel like a chore that causes more trouble than happiness. When people want to get together, picking a neutral, outside location can help them avoid the physical and mental stress that comes with hosting at home. This approach not only makes things easier, but it also makes things more fun and relaxed for everyone. The goal is to find a good balance that avoids the stress of hosting and entertaining so that people can connect with each other without extra stress. As we get older, it becomes clearer how important it is to learn how to be alone. The slow loss of friends and family can leave you with a deep sense of emptiness. Accepting your own solitude does not mean giving up on being alone. It means finding comfort and strength within yourself. Getting used to being alone is a journey of self-discovery and strength that prepares us for bigger challenges in the future. When you welcome solitude with an open heart, it can help you think about yourself, grow as a person, and connect more deeply with your inner self. It can be a place of peace and escape from the stresses of everyday life, giving you the strength to deal with the changes that come with getting older. As we say goodbye, please take a moment to think about what we've talked about today. What have you learned about how we go from being social to being alone as we age? How has this knowledge changed the way you think about personal space and interacting with other people? Thank you for spending a moment with us. If today's message brought you comfort or clarity, we'd love to have you subscribe and click the bell to stay close to our community. And here's a gentle challenge. Send this video to 5 others. Sharing light expands it. Some say the universe rewards those who pass on kindness with more time, more peace, and more purpose. You have the power to be someone's spark today.